It seems that Tokyo Ghoul is definitely doing that infinite loot route. And that means no matter what you do, no matter what choice you make, you always have the same outcome. That's exactly what is going on here. And the more I watch this series, the more I'm kind of appreciate it. Because as most fans been complaining, oh, it's not by the manga anymore and stuff like that. The way I like it is doing something completely different. But first of all, let's just get on with the story. This story conceals mostly around Hinami, but most of all, it starts off with Kaneki. Kaneki is losing control of himself because Yamamori and Rize are still inside of him and they're eating him from the inside out. Well, mentally, more likely. His new power by getting cannibalism is pretty much him losing control of himself completely, and who knows what will happen if he ever reaches the final stage of his form. Oh god, sounds like some Dragon Ball Z shit right there. Anyways, going off of that, the rest of it is mostly about Hinami, and Hinami wants to become useful. You know, she's tired of just being there, people taking care of her. She wants to prove her worth around Intake. So she trying to find a way to help out Toka and Kaneki, but she don't know what to do. And that's when the Gourmet made his freaking appearance, man. I just love his character. I love him so much. He is awesome. But she goes fabulous harmony and stuff like that. It's just freaking awesome. And she pretty much talks to him, and he's pretty much telling her about words. In the manga, it's more personal talk in the manga, but this one is just him just talking. Turns out he's been collecting information about Kaneki for a manager. I thought he was there to join and find Kaneki, but no, he's just collecting information. It seems like the manager is keeping tabs on Kaneki and stuff. After that, the writer comes along, talks to Hinami. Hinami says that she is worried about Kaneki, but yet again, the writer says something completely bitch-worthy. It was truthful, but yet again, it's kind of, come on, really? She says, I'm afraid you cannot help out Kaneki because you're from different breeds. Where Hinami was always loved all the time, Kaneki was pretty much wanted to be loved. So she cannot help her out. But then I was like, that's kind of BS, because there's tons of times where two different kinds of people are able to help each other out, no matter what. No matter how different you are. But I guess, And this writer goes along again, they're more trouble. She finds Shinohara and Juzo and starts having a little interview with him. But in this interview, she asks, is it possible for a human to become a ghoul? Well, now there we go again with another subject. First of all, how does she even know that? She's supposed to be this simple writer, but yet again, she knows about the human into the ghoul thing. This ain't no freaking curiosity. She knows about it. Next, she also talks about Intake for some reason. Yeah, I heard about Intake, the great coffee there. First of all, she didn't even went to Intake. She went to another coffee shop where Hinami was at. So why in the world did she even talk to Intake? So we already know right then and there, she ain't no ordinary writer. She is up to something messed up and evil, and I don't like her. She gives me off the GBs. Then Kaneki returns back to Intake to talk to the manager. This is where Hinami finds her advantage point. She goes to the school where Toka is at and tells Toka that he is there. And there she zooms off, man. She zooms off to find her man. By the time she sees him, it's not what she wanted or expect. As you can clearly see, he's a different dude. He's not the clumsy, the shy, stuttering like Kaneki that we all knew from the very first of the season. You know, he's plain, kind of dull, but still badass nonetheless. And he says the manager wants Kaneki to come back, but Kaneki doesn't know what he wants to do. In this way, he wants to protect them, but yet again, no one asked for protection, because in the end of the day, you have to think about it. Before Kaneki was even there, Intake was pretty much doing good on by themselves. Do they really need Kaneki to protect them in the end? Because so, in a way, Kaneki is just being kind of selfish. This is not even about him protecting people. It's just him trying to become stronger for his own sake. In the end, because when you think about it, Intake never needed Kaneki. Before Kaneki even became a ghoul, Intake was taking care of themselves. So, yeah, Kaneki's thinking is kind of irrelevant right now. But Toka pretty much pushes off the wrong side, and she's afraid he might not come back again. So she feels like, that's what you get for being a tsundere. That's what you get. Then at the end of the day, Shinohara and Juzo came to the shop. And just because of them turned to the shop, talking to the manager, gave off some certain suspicion, and now they're gonna go after Antake. I just see it. I know it. Because at first they're after a gory tree, but now they're gonna go after Antake just because of a little hunch suspicion of talking to a manager. It just made no sense. I don't see the logic in this whatsoever. Because they saw Al and they clearly say that they thought he was a gory tree. So why in the world are you gonna change around and say, no, let's go after Antake like that? Like, just because you have suspicion over an old dude? Come on, people. Anyways, the episode was more talking, but again, it got us to understand some things. The writer was the main thing that I was concerned about. She was the main person. I do not trust her. She's up to something no good. I really don't know how to review this. I would say 8 out of 10. It was good for a talkative character build up and plot setting to see what's going to happen next. But we need to get on for some action, man. Like, let's admit it. Season 2 has less action than Season 1. It's kind of becoming a disappointment, you know? But it's still good nonetheless. So, I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. What is the CCG's next move? And what is Kaneki really going to do? Since I don't know, since this is a completely alternate dimension, as you could say. So that's all I gotta say for today, man. If you like this video, drop a like, comment, subscribe, share if you could. I'd be much obliged. This is Macron Anime, signing out.